to Rowan Town. So I'm just doing a quick introduction to a video about rusting rails. Well, this is really about rusting rails in an area where my platform's going to be. I thought I'd record this because I did the rusting of the rails a couple of weeks back, and hopefully you'll get the gist of what I am trying to do. Anyway, you can have a look and see what you think.
Now, if you're wondering what I'm doing, is that I'm rusting the side of the rails that I can't see. However, you may be able to see them. Now, I did the centre lines and the running lines that go straight through the platforms first of all. I didn't bother actually doing any rusting work on them. I realised my error of my ways, and the two platform lines I did actually do a little bit of rusting on the sides that I couldn't see before I laid the track. Hopefully that's going to make this a lot easier. And this is actually the last amount of rusting of track that I need to do, and then my milestone is completed, which is my entire layout will be, or will have, rusted track all the way around. And this is the first bit of work that I am having to do in the platform area. Now, what I'm not quite sure about at the moment is whether I should ballast first or put my platforms in that I'm expected to put in place. Get those all in beforehand. I've watched a couple of videos and I saw Eviard Junction and his platforms kind of in situ, and he had ballasted previously and then took them out and did some work on them. And you may have seen my previous video. The idea behind my work is I'm going to use the scale model scenery textured paper, mainly because at the moment it's a cheaper way of doing it, and I'm just going to apply it straight to some ply that I have lying around. And I'm kind of hoping by the time I've got the ply in place, I've added the 2mm of card for the platform tops, that it will actually work and be about the right height, considering all my track is laid on top of some DCC Concepts foam track bed, which is 5mm. So I'm hoping that I'm getting the far side of that track okay. I'm basically doing a certain amount. Now on the flexi track there's a little bit of cut track that helps it bend. I'm sort of doing 2 sections at a time on that, and then I'm sort of working my way along the track from my far side to my near side so I don't get this paint all over me. If you're interested, this paint is of course the Rail Match. It's the Rail Match Light Rust that I'm using. And this track just here, I've already done the far edge. Hopefully you can see it from the video. So what I need to do is paint on the inside. Rail Match is thinned down somewhat with some thinner. I've just sort of done it. I'm not even sure what consistency it's at, but I've run that and done, and it seems to run alright. The earlier track that you haven't seen me paint, I think that may be a little bit too thin, the consistency, because I used a paint shaker. I don't think it really distributed that particularly well for my needs, but anyway, it did go on and I've applied it, so you can see what happens, and I'll show you once I've done that what it looks like in full.
as I was painting, my wife came in and said, I've made you a toasted sandwich next door, so why don't you come and have it. I just literally had poured some rust paint into my little pot. Anyway, I went and quickly had my toasted sandwich, came out with my cup of tea, and I placed my mug just here. And oddly, from the other side, I realised that I hadn't actually painted this side of this section of track. So I quickly whipped down my 2 pieces of Perspex and painted them up. And now, although wet, they are now painted on both sides. So now I have fully painted all the track, and all I have to do now is add sleepers into areas that are missing before ballasting. That's not really on my list of priorities at the moment, because my next thing is to work on this, my platform for one of the sides. Well, if you've made it to the end of this video, give yourselves a massive thumbs up, because it's probably not one of my greatest, and a bit of waffling, I think, actually, to be perfectly honest with you. Anyway, thank you very much if you have managed to make it, and yeah, if you did like it, then please press the like button, and if you haven't already, then please do hit the subscribe link somewhere here and also on the main page and all over the other places. So thanks very much for watching this video about painting rust onto track, and hopefully you'll subscribe and see the next one all about making a platform. See you soon. Bye.